So let's take a look at HappyFox, our ticketing system. At RCS, it's at rcs.happyfox.com. When you get to the site, you'll see on the home page, there's a big search box that you can type questions in. This will primarily draw from the knowledge base, which I'll show you in a few minutes. But yes, you can type a question in here, and if there's a support article that has anything to do with that, it will come up. So for instance, if you type grades, right now we only have a few support articles for facts, but that you'll see all the support articles we have that pertain to grades. The other features we have in HappyFox is the knowledge base. You can submit a ticket directly without logging in, and you can log in to actually see your tickets and keep track of what's going on with your tickets. So I'll go to the knowledge base first. If you don't want to use the search box, you can click on the knowledge base, and then you can go through here and look in one of the categories for a support article that you're looking for. So let's say, for instance, you're looking for something to do with facts. You can click on that, see all the support articles. If you want to know how to set up your phone system, you can click there and you'll see all the support articles we have for that. And also feel free to make requests for more support articles. We will be developing this significantly this year, but if you have any specific articles that you would like to see here, please let us know. Okay, so that's the knowledge base that you can use to get help. You can click login, and then you log in with your actual Google ID. So if you click on Google Apps, it'll ask you which account you want to use, and then you can log in and see all your open tickets. And here you can track the status of them. They'll obviously show you if they're closed. HappyFox also does send you emails as updates happen and as a ticket is closed, or even when you've submitted it, it sends you a confirmation. So what you can do is just go here if you want more information and just see what's happened, and you get all the information you want. And you can respond to tickets in here. You can also respond to tickets directly from your email. So once you're logged in, you can also submit a new ticket, and you can also access the knowledge base. You don't have to be logged in to do those things. In fact, to submit a ticket, it's probably better if you're not logged in, because actually the interface looks a little bit better when you're not logged in. So we'll go over how to submit a ticket next. Okay, so when you want to submit a ticket, you come here to HappyFox, to the home page, you don't have to log in, just click on Submit Ticket, and then you'll see the interface. So what the interface does is it forces you to pick a category for your ticket and then enter a subject. And as you pick a category, you'll be presented with different things, different options that you have to choose from. That helps us better support you because it directs more specifically to people who need to help you or what your specific issue is. Okay, so you can see that there's a general outline here of how a ticket works. You're going to have to enter your full name, your email, your phone number, check the box, check this, probably click a bunch of images to show that you're not a robot, and then click Create Ticket. So that's the general way that this works, but I'll show you each individual category as well. If you select EdTech, you will get some checkboxes to select from. So do you need some training? Do you have a document or a tutorial you want to request for creation? Or is there some new technology you want to explore how to use? All right. And so then you pick one and you'd say where you are. So give us your room number and then availability. So please, for an EdTech ticket, educational technology ticket, what you want to do here, these three categories are mainly for training kinds of requests. But please, if you want me to show up in your room and help you with something, whether it's training, whatever it is, please just indicate when you're available. So if you're in the high school or middle school, tell me a period that you're free. If you're in elementary school, just tell me a time or whenever I can help you, and then I will work with you on that. If I don't have your availability, it just makes it harder for me to find you. And then I'm going to be emailing with you back and forth, which is not necessary. And then when you're done, you can just enter your name, your email, your phone number, and I'll go ahead and do this. Then check the box, check I'm not a robot. Then you're going to have to do this, unfortunately. Check these and keep going until I guess there's no bus left, and say verify. And then go ahead and say create the ticket. So when you click create ticket, if you've missed anything, it'll come back and ask you to fill stuff in. Oh, I didn't put a message. Okay, so I didn't put a message, and I'll just copy this and paste it here and then say create ticket. So at this point, your ticket has been submitted, and you'll get an email about the ticket being submitted, and you'll be updated also via email, or you can come and log in and check the progress of your ticket as you work through it. So that's basically how you submit a educational technology ticket, and also a good overview of just submitting tickets in general. When you want to submit a ticket for facilities, you go to submit ticket on the HappyFox homepage, pick the facilities and maintenance category, and then put in your room number, and then facility maintenance. So let's go over the situations first. So if you go to facility, here are the types of things that go to facilities. Okay, so what you want to do is pick whichever one you want here, whichever issue you're having. But please, a big thing we want to emphasize is that you need to make sure that you actually verify that there is an issue. So if someone comes and reports something to you, please go and verify that the issue actually exists before you put in a ticket and someone shows up and there's nothing actually happening. Then also in the subject line, please put very specific information. The topic, as in plugged sink in the boys' bathroom in the middle school, a very specific location in the middle school, hallway or wherever it is, and then you can say, a more general area as well if you want. But the more specific you are and the more detailed information you put in the subject line, the quicker people can categorize this and see what needs to be done and come and help you. And then also obviously put in a detailed message. And if you have a photo or something you want to attach, you can do that here too. The rest of the ticketing just works the same way. But when you want to put in a ticket for facilities, these are the kinds of things that the ticket is for. And please remember to verify that there's actually that issue before you submit the ticket. Facilities asked me to also add that if you see a clear emergency that needs to be taken care of immediately, that you should not submit a ticket, but rather call at extension 7501 or use your radio on channel 3 to call facilities. If you have a facilities emergency and you cannot get hold of them or you don't have a radio, then go to your divisional office and they'll be able to contact them. So let's talk about submitting a ticket in the facilities and maintenance category. Put your room number again. And this time we'll go over the maintenance part. So maintenance, these are the types of things that maintenance requests are for: heating, AC, doors, gates, paint, repairs, snow removal, salt, furniture, things like that. Again, so please pick one of these categories, put a very specific subject line in there, the topic and a very specific location, very good description of what you want so they can help you more efficiently. Put a detailed message in here and then go ahead and submit the ticket. That way we're efficient and you'll get your help as soon as possible. Click Submit a Ticket from the homepage on HappyFox, go to IT Help Desk, put in your room number, and then enter the subject line. So again, just like for facilities and maintenance or educational technology or any of the other ticketing systems, please make sure that you are very specific in the subject line with what you need help with. And then add a message with some more details, the specific technology, the specific website that's not working, the specific things you've tried. Maybe you can put in the message here to try and resolve the problem yourself. And then you can go ahead, add any attachments if you want to take a screenshot of what's going on. and then go ahead and just submit the ticket like you normally would. So let's go over submitting a ticket for marketing and admissions. So you'll select marketing and admissions. You'll see a whole bunch of checkboxes that show up. Again, this is really there to give the marketing department time to serve you well and to do a good job of whatever it is you're asking them for. And also just to categorize very quickly so we can assign tasks to the relevant people efficiently. So you'll see that there are time frames behind all the categories that you can check. So if you want a social media post done, allow a week for that social media post to be done from when you submit the ticket. So you have to do this a week in advance from when you want to show the social media post online. So it's the same for all of these subcategories, and you can see there all the categories that are available to you. So pick one. Let's say I want a logo or a graphic creation, and that says you need 2 weeks lead time to get that done. And then here you can specify all the details to the marketing department to help them serve you better. Let's go over how to submit a ticket for security. Select security, and then you'll see you get a drop-down menu that you can be more specific about what is it that you want to request from the security department. So if you say camera footage, it's going to ask you the incident date, it's going to ask you the location, and it's going to ask you the incident time period. So what's the time frame that they need to look through the footage? And then just be very, very, very specific. So for footage requests, make sure you name the individuals to be observed during the footage request if you have that information. The details of the actions that occurred and need to be observed in the footage request. The location where it took place. Again, these things are already specified here, but just be very, very specific about all the details of the incident. And then also whether the footage needs to be shared with administrators or law enforcement or saved for the future. So in your message and your subject, just be very, very specific about all those details: who, what, where, when, and why you need this footage, and then the security people will follow up with you. The second category here is event security. So event security is if you're asking for someone to provide security at your event. Again, the date, the time frame, as you can see down here. How long do you need security coverage for? What's the event's title? Where is this going to happen? And then be very specific in your subject line so that you can help the security people figure out quickly how to serve you best. Put all the details in here in the message and then go ahead and submit your ticket. As in the case of a facilities emergency, if you have a security emergency and someone's in danger, don't put in a ticket. Call Ryan McGonigal at extension 7503 or 970-473-1676 for immediate help. Finally, let's talk about submitting a ticket for transportation. So select the transportation category from the drop-down. Enter the date, destination, departure time, all of the information that's requested there. Just please note that the number of passengers will determine the type of transportation that's provided. This is decided by the facilities director. Also, make sure that you indicate if the student number is over 25, because if it's over 25, SAGE needs to know that they need to reduce the lunch they're offering. And then also the driver will be verified by the facilities director, and chaperones must be approved by the athletic director and or the principals. As usual, go ahead, fill in your subject line, be very specific, and then in the message, give all the detailed information, needs, locations, etc. In order for your transportation to be scheduled efficiently, please make sure that in the subject line, you at least include the destination and date as well. When you have filled out all the information for your transportation request, go ahead and submit your ticket as usual.